And with the new recent reveal at the Xbox Showcase showing some of the new games, Ninja Gaiden 4 being also a pretty cool game that they showed off, is that this reveal actually showed us the gameplay, which is very uncommon for new game releases because it's usually just a CGI slop trailer. And in my opinion, doesn't make the game look much better. It actually puts a lot of doubt in my mind that the game will actually fail. But the recent trend I've been seeing with game developers is that the team that works on these video games are, let's just say, woke. I was a little worried at first that they were going to kind of just do a copy and paste of the previous two, just kind of make it set in medieval times, and honestly, that just doesn't sound very interesting on paper. But I'm really glad that id Software decided to post that trailer and show actual gameplay for their trailer and not just a cinematic presentation like they usually do. I mean, Bethesda doesn't do that usually. I mean, with Wolfenstein they did that a few times from what I remember, but the gameplay actually ended up being good. And I like how you guys can notice that the development team behind Doom Eternal is, obviously they are all gamers. Usually when you look at a development team, you really just see that they are missing the mark. What I mean by this is that most of these game developers, and specifically Bethesda, really only works with the blue-haired folks. And I mean, not to get political or anything, but we can really see the turmoil and kind of the, I guess, flop that was Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And guys, I just realized that Indiana Jones game was actually called The Great Circle, which I forgot it was called The Great Circle. That's just how forgettable that title is. But anyways, moving on. Even when you look back to the original Halo developers, it was all dudes, mostly dudes, that just really loved video games. And before you go into the comments and say, dude, you're being sexist. I mean, guys, just look at the current Halo Infinite and just look at how fucking absolute dog shit that game really is. And notice that there's a common trend with who is actually developing the game. And from what the gameplay showed us in the trailer is that this game is going to be more of a power fantasy / tank game. From what I mean by this is that the weapons and the gear you're given and the armor that you're wearing is very reminiscent of medieval times, as the title is The Dark Ages. I really like how each one of these Doom games just re-innovate itself and kind of make it almost better to play. Not really better to play, but it really does shake up the gameplay and how you move around the map, how you kill enemies, how you do your glory kills, how you shoot your guns, and the way you move around the map. We saw in the first 2016 Doom game that it was basically a refined version, almost a remake of the original OG game. Then Doom Eternal brought us a basically upgraded version. It made you move around faster. It made you they added the grappling system, they made you jump higher, and they made you move faster. And personally, out of the two games that have released, I think that Doom Eternal is the best game. And I'm pretty sure a large majority of the fan base also believes this as well, because it came out around a time where the gaming industry, there wasn't really anything to do in IRL. We couldn't touch grass because of the COVID restrictions. So a lot of games that came out at the time were Final Fantasy VII Remake, they had freaking Animal Crossing, and then they had Doom Eternal. And game sales at the time went up a lot. And the main question that I have is, will this game actually succeed as good, if not even better, than Doom Eternal? Specifically talking about Doom the Dark Ages, obviously. My answer to this is actually, yeah, I do think this game will actually outperform Doom Eternal. My reason for thinking this is because this game just seems like the most accessible Doom game you could play. It seems like the new features they added are really going to help newbies to the game. A lot of new people that have never played Doom, they've never touched Doom, and added on to the fact that this game takes place before Doom 2016 just means that you don't have to get caught up in the lore. Even if there is a lore into this game, I don't even pay attention to the story, but it pretty much is the original Doom. Now I'm reading the official wiki article for the new gameplay and the details about the new Doom. Obviously credited towards Bethesda officially since this is their website, I'm just going to start reading at the very top. Become the Doom Slayer, the super weapon wielded by gods and kings against the legions of hell. Transverse dark and twisted hellscapes from the Slayer's past as you wield ancient and incredible powers against the forces of evil. From 30-story mechs and weapon-mounted dragons to guns that pulverize skulls as ammunition, your journey in Doom the Dark Ages will be a massive-scale action epic, and the most ambitious game from id Software to date. For the combat side of things, they added the Shells Ablaze and the Shields Bladed, which is a combination of monumentum and raw stopping power. Prepare to strafe past enemy fire, crush their ranks with the brunt of your steel, and blast them to shreds with overwhelming firepower. The new combat features they added is the Shield Saw, which is going to be able to act as a form of blocking, parrying, and deflecting. I just have to say that this sounds very interesting, as this is going to add a new layer of gameplay. It's going to differ a lot from the previous two games because you're not going to be moving as fast as you were in those, because this is, keep in mind, a prequel. So you will be a little slower, you will be on the ground. It's going to be a game where you parry and just use your guns, and this sounds very, very amazing. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to make this short, quick little video for you guys. I really do have a great time making these videos and posting on YouTube. It's one of my favorite pastimes, and if you guys really have the time right now, it would be great if you would subscribe. If you like the video, go like it. If you absolutely hate the video, then go thumbs down. And without further ado, I'm going to close this video out, and peace.